When you think about Battle Royales, you might be taken back a couple years ago when Fortnite was the thing. Or if you're more like me, then you'll be taken back to World's Edge, fighting your butt off in the madness that was Capital City. And if you're even more like me, a sense of nostalgia will wash over you. Though I never left, those were the good old days, simple times. But what happened to them? Why did we leave? Where are they now? It's always, what the Fortnite doing, not how the Fortnite doing. So in this video, we'll be going over one of these games, one that stood the test of time, proving itself to be one of the greatest BRs ever made. How is Apex Legends doing? Since its launch all the way back in 2018, the game has changed a lot, even going so far as to set standards for that genre, which is very surprising for the most wonderful and jolly game company out there, EA. Though it's had its ups and its downs, it's still here, unlike many other BRs out there. So without any further delay, let's jump into this video. What is the current state of Apex Legends? Don't forget to subscribe. Now, I don't want to be known as the BR Kaushin Takami guy, so let's make this quick. 1999, guy named Kaushin Takami publishes a book by the name of Battle Royale. Fun fact, the book was actually finished in 1996, but only published, so you... Dang it, I'm doing it again. I'm not gonna go into the details of the book because it's a lot of red jello and people taking naps in random spots in the jungle, but the idea is roughly the same as Fortnite. Bunch of guys on one big island. And though Fortnite really made the whole Battle Royale genre popular, it wasn't the first. Okay, I think Kaushin Takami's at that picture. There's a long list of video games that all contributed to the slow build-up and then eventually the rise of BRs as a game, but PUBG was really the first. And though it was technically the first, it wasn't the most popular. This game brought some attention, but not a huge amount, and not anything to really make a difference. Then, a couple years later in 2016, Fortnite came around and took the stepping stones that PUBG and... my god, I can't say his name, KT, had placed and created something huge. Drawing away from the as realistic graphics as possible in this age approach, Fortnite took a more MOBA stance when it comes to the visuals. Paired with the more cartoony style of stuff in general, this was a great combination. A shooter game with building aspects, allowing you to build all kinds of structures and taking a normal gunfight to a whole other level. With the rise of Fortnite came interest and a buttload of it too. People just couldn't get enough of this kind of game. And as interest floods into a genre or style of game, producers and companies, usually smaller, more like lesser known companies, but there are still some big ones in there, fill up that genre with options. So not long after the rise of Fortnite, the Battle Royale genre was full of games you could play. Now of course, you could argue that none of these games were actual like Fortnite level quality, but there were a lot of games out there. This usually happens not long after a spike in interest for a genre. You get a whole bunch of smaller game companies making a bunch of games, but then you get the big companies walking in and they, most of the time, make a huge game. And here's where Apex Legends comes in. Now, before we get any further, I will admit that this is probably not the best time to make this video. With Apex Legends getting its 15th season very soon, a lot is going to be changing, but I was kind of too deep in the video to just put it off, if you know what I mean. Apex is doing great. The new season's got people hyped up, everyone's excited to play on the moon, and new characters, they all look cool. I mean, see, Apex Legends, starting all the way back in 2018, maintains popularity and interest through following the most important yet so simple guide to keeping a BR alive: updates. Regular, quality, big updates, and EA followed it through. With skins that are worth the money, awesome new characters, and new maps every once in a while, Apex stayed afloat. With this success came Apex Mobile, and while it's still very new, I mean it just got its 3rd season a couple days ago, it too has brought even more popularity to Apex. Because not only can you play Apex on a PC or console, but now we have mobile, so the action and the fun is going across the world, if you can imagine that. I've also got a club on Apex Mobile, go check it out because I need some help, guys. Now on top of that, and even more helpful to Apex, the decline of Fortnite. While Fortnite is still leading the way for BRs in many ways, I mean their new DBZ update was huge, over the years, it's changed. Fortnite was always a for everyone game that had you thinking fast in gunfights and build battles, but it's really changed from being a shooter game with building aspects to a building game with shooter aspects. You can go a whole game with only shooting a couple shotgun rounds. The main part of combat is building. So it really doesn't matter if you have god tier aim. If you can't build in 2022, good luck, brother. Apex, on the other hand, stayed relatively the same over the years. It's a fast-paced shooter game, so many people of all ages started moving to Apex. Fortnite is not dead, it's just lost some players over the years. Now this is all great, but there are some worries I have for the new update, Season 15. While the details aren't written down in stone yet, and though guaranteed changes are in the future, let's talk about what could be the downfall of Apex if not handled correctly. With the new season, we get a new map that's on the moon. Guys, the moon. We get a buttload of awesome looking skins. Of course, we've already talked about the quality, but we're going to be taking a look at something a little more controversial. Catalyst, the newest legend in Apex. While her character design is cool and the story behind how she got her abilities is awesome, it's said abilities that could hurt Apex. Going back to Fortnite's downfall or dropping players over time, they left not because the game wasn't updated, it was arguably the best updates a BR could get. It was the change over time that pushed people away. That change revolving specifically around building. Now let's dive into Catalyst's abilities, shall we? I'll skip all the boring stuff and go right to the problem. Her tactical. Building. She has a ferro liquid, which if you didn't know is real. It's just like little pieces of metal that react as one to a magnet. She can use this ferro liquid to create structures that can't be destroyed. Now you have to remember that this is all going off of the information that we have as of the time of me recording this, which is a very good amount of information. And I know that this is just one character, and unlike Fortnite, nobody else in the game can build as of now. But this is really going to bring back what pushed people away, in a subtle way of course, like a constant reminder, hey, remember me? Now does it sound cool? Heck yeah, but will it damage the game? We'll see. Once again, these characters usually go through a couple months of buffs, nerfs, and slight changes until they get the legend just right, so it's not written in stone yet. One of her other abilities, as of right now, it looks like is going to be a slow, which is really annoying, especially for a fast-paced game, but this is not the only slow in the game. For instance, Crypto's EMP, or even Caustic's toxic traps. Nevertheless, it's still very annoying. And just a quick reminder, go check out my Apex Mobile Club. You won't believe the fun we have over there. From throwing global ice cream parties to massive in-game trolling, it's madness. Though it is just me and one other guy. It's so much fun, just like Elden Ring. Oh yeah, baby, it's back, because not only do we have ice cream parties in Apex, but in Elden Ring too. Just subscribe. So, what do you think? As always, I hyped it up only the slightest of bits, but I am interested to see how this new season goes. While Catalyst right now looks like a horror to the Apex Legends player count, she will be changed. Stuff will happen, so just buckle in. The ride's gonna be awesome. Next up, we'll be talking about Valor. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and remember, life is short. Play great games. The world is not in short supply of Battle Royale games. Fortnite, Apex, and Warzone are only a couple of the more popular ones. This style of game had been around for a while before the rise of Fortnite, and through Fortnite, the open door that led to the genre that spawned so many games since then. While the world might not be lacking supplies, it has been lacking demand and interest for a bit now. So the question is, how? How could a game genre as big and as well known as Battle Royales, the same game style that took the charts